Hello everyone, this is a little bit of a video to help you guys who are at home and trying to do your human impact paragraph. Now, first thing to remember is you guys are writing about either plastic pollution, air pollution, or deforestation. The example I'm going to show you today is about human fossil fuel usage, but you guys need to stick to one of the three, either plastic pollution, air pollution, or deforestation. Now, on Canvas, you have a sheet there that is your planning sheet that is to help you start to put a bit of structure in place for your paragraph. And I'm going to slowly go through it. This is exactly the same thing that's available for you guys. I've just changed it around a little bit so that it works for this video. So we are using that TEAC format as much as possible, but I also understand that sometimes it may not fit in with what you're trying to write and what you're trying to produce. So it is a bit of a rough framework, but I'm okay if you go a little bit beyond it if you need to. Now, starting at the top, we have our topic. Which human impact are you writing about? And it asks us to define the human impact. We don't want to go into too much detail here because it's already going to be quite a large paragraph. So here's my one for fossil fuels. And I'm going to read it to you really quickly. It says the use of fossil fuels is a human impact which is having a negative impact on the Earth's environment. Humans mine, transport and burn fossil fuels, I've put the three there, coal, oil and gas, mainly to produce electricity, provide fuel for vehicles and for heating. So in this very first part, we are just giving an overview of what we're talking about and defining that human impact. Our next one, explain. Explain what causes the human impact. Explain how the human impact affects the environment, because that's what we're talking about today. So again, I'm going to bring in my second one. And it says, the mining of fossil fuels can impact on the ecosystems where the mine or drill is located, as it involves physically removing the fossil fuel from the ground. This often involves the destruction of the habitat of many animals. Further to this, when fossil fuels are burnt, they produce many harmful gases which pollute the air and are contributing to global warming. I'm not going into any specific examples here. I'm just giving an overview of how this human impact can affect ecosystems in general. Because if we look at our next two, our example and our elaborate, this is where we're actually going to start being more specific, talking about how this impact is actually affecting a certain area or certain animals. So the example that I've chosen to use for fossil fuels is the Adani coal mine in Queensland. It's an Australian one. It's one that's been in the media a fair bit over the last couple of years, so it's very current. And I encourage you guys to try and find Australian examples and current examples when you write yours. Now this one says, if the Adani coal mine in Queensland goes ahead, it is predicted that 4.6 billion tonnes of carbon dioxide will be released into the atmosphere. At the same time, it will damage the ecosystems of the Gayley Basin and risk critically endangered habitats for animals such as the black-throated finch. Okay, very specific to an area, very specific to the type of mine that I'm talking about. I'm actually giving you an example of an area and an animal that is being impacted. In my elaborate, I'm going to keep continuing with that idea, go into some more detail. It says, this finch has already lost 80% of its natural habitat to deforestation for human agriculture. The mine will further reduce this area and place the finch at risk of extinction. The mine will also impact the Great Barrier Reef, as shipping of the coal will occur from a port on the edge of the reef. The contribution to global warming from mining is further contributing to the bleaching of the reef. So really going into that example now and pulling it apart a bit and demonstrating how this mine will actually affect the ecosystem and the animals. A key point here is that at this stage, we're not doing any referencing. As the year progresses, we're going to show you guys how to do some referencing, but these are some facts and information that I've brought in that I would actually need to reference, because it's not information that I've found out for myself, it's information that I've taken from someone else. Now, couldn't fit it on the page, but the last one, I'm just going to put it over the top. Conclude, summarize your paragraph by linking examples. And if you have a look at your marking criteria, it's fairly specific here about how it wants you to go about this part. So these examples demonstrate the negative environmental impact that fossil fuel usage is having across the globe. I'm trying to use 3 links here. So critical habitats are being endangered, whole ecosystems such as the Great Barrier Reef are being affected, and the use of fossil fuels is contributing to global warming. So guys, watch the videos that we've put up, write down some information, write down some facts, and have a go at producing your own TEK paragraph.